Hello again, rally fans. If you watch my videos, I like this brand called CM's, CM apostrophe S. I don't think they're in business anymore, but they made some pretty cool rally cars. So I got this thing in. Human underscore Go was the eBay seller I got it from. And this is a Suzuki Swift 1600 from the 2005 WRC, in particular the Finland rally race. It came with a separate antenna and separate mirrors that you have to glue on yourself. The antenna is just a friction fit, it's no problem. But the mirrors were pretty difficult. Well, this side was so loose that I just had to hold it in place while the crazy glue dried. This one was a pretty good friction fit, but for some reason that one was more difficult. So I already went and took it off the base here just to speed up the process. Unfortunately, there was no box with this thing, so let's get the spinner out of the way for now, and compared to these photos here. So this isn't the top tier of WRC. This is racing in the S1600 class, or 1600 cc's, which would be the size of this engine. And this was a normally aspirated engine, making around 220 horsepower. What I wasn't able to figure out is if this car was all-wheel drive or not. Suzuki Swifts of this era were either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I would assume, being a rally car, it's all-wheel drive, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Okay, well, looking at the photo, looks pretty good to me. Yeah, maybe I'll notice something different later, but initial impressions, it seems pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that seems alright as well. Right? No. Yeah, I guess. Alright, well, anyways. Let's get into the details with here with the dental pick and see if I can find anything glaringly wrong. Okay, so first thing are the wheels. They look pretty accurate. There's nice, I think there's air passing between the spokes. Let's get a flashlight out and see if any light shines through. Yeah, so yeah, they're not blanked off. Those are real spokes with air passing between. You can see some lug nut details, like recesses for lug nuts in the center cap, or really just where the axle would be shown. And then unfortunately at this light angle you can see paint rash. So CMs, it seems in my experience, because they're old models, they all develop paint rash. I think most of mine have paint rash. It's not, maybe a few are perfect, but obviously this one's problematic. But the sponsor printing here, they look like they're tampos. I don't think they're decals, so that's good. If they were decals, they'd be all flaking off and stuff like that. Okay, so the door handle sticks out of the body, so that's good. Yeah, we got some nice plastic headlamps, and it looks like there's an actual lamp back there because the plastic goes into the diecast. And there's a little recess up here. Pretty good detail to those lights. We got some texture here in the grille. The Suzuki logo looks good. There's a texture here, you can hear it. A little black paint there, and that vent goes in a little bit. Some black paint up here, but pretty shallow. Seems to be some bumps. I don't know if those are bumps or not, but there's a little silver paint or a decal. I don't know. I mean, they're hood paint latches. I just don't know if they're painted or printed or what, or if it's a decal or something. Anyway, some tiny bumps here for the wiper fluid. Some tiny molded in wiper blades, and they're painted black, so that's good. Printing on the windshield looks pretty good. I think that's tampo printed as well, because I don't see the wrinkly clear around it like a decal. Interesting, there's some printing here on the A-pillar. Let's see if it's legible. Oh, these must be the drivers' names, maybe. Or no, what's that say? SuzukiSportEurope.com. Okay. Alright, so the mirrors had no paint. You could, add some since you gotta put them on yourself. Oh, here's the driver's name, Wilkes. Okay. So here's one criticism with the CM's brand in most cases. Look how low the roll cage is. And the reason why is because this molded plastic window is taking up space underneath the die-cast roof, so then the roll cage has to sit underneath that clear plastic, and that's why it looks like it's so low. It's not really realistic, If this was a real car, you'd turn your head and you'd just be looking at a steel bar. So that's one criticism. It is possible. I've seen other die-casts, like have the roll cage a little higher up. But this one actually has relatively thin bars for the roll cage, so it's better than some of the other CMs I've seen. Alright. And then it's a black interior, so it's pretty hard to see the details. Let's see. Yeah, steering wheel. I don't know if there's this passenger seat. I don't think there is. It's just the driver's racing seat. Oh no, there are 2 seats. Yeah, I guess there would be in a rally race. There has to be a navigator as well. What's interesting is there are no headrests. This is a relatively modern car. Like, why aren't there headrests? That seems odd, right? You guys are gonna get whiplash, so I don't know. But then again, picture of the real car, doesn't look like they're headrests, just really tall backrests. So that's strange. But anyways, the back of the roll cage looks good. You can see it going down to the floor. Oh, look at that. There's a spare wheel there. Hopefully you can see I'm shining right on it, but you can see the multi-spokes. So there's actually a spare tire or wheel going on in there. So that's a great detail right there. Unexpected. Alright, so this side even has some of this paint rash as well, unfortunately. So that's too bad. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. It's really low, this camera. Okay, so yeah, again, we got these quick release pin mechanisms. There are latches. So that's pretty good. It's nice to see a license plate. I'm pretty sure that's accurate to this car. It has been on other CMs. Unfortunately, another criticism is this blank exhaust tip. It's nice that it's silver, but there's no dimensionality. Like, there's no center section, right? So it looks a little unrealistic. Alright, so rear glass has some printing on it as well. I'm just looking at the distortion of the plastic. It's not too bad. Okay, so top here, yeah, paint rash. It's too bad. And then the bottom, as typical for the CMs, there's no branding, there's no model information, nothing. And this is on press to fit, so it'd be hard to modify. In fact, it's weird, like there's only one rivet, so there must be like a tongue and groove going on back here somewhere. Okay, but the tires are pretty cool. They look like they would be rally tires. Right? You got a different tread on the inside than the outside. And I think that's because you guys are running on tarmac part of the time and then they're running on dirt or gravel the other time. So it's believable to me that those would be rally wheels, rally tires. Sorry. So anyways, as a whole, I mean, I like the model. Obviously, I wish it didn't have paint rash. If it didn't have paint rash, it'd be really awesome. But apparently, you know, I don't think CMs are that expensive when they're new. If I recall, they're around $8 when they were new. So I guess that the budget wasn't there to paint them in a fashion that would make them last decades. Alright, so let's just get the Spin Master out here, the spinning go around. Let it spin again next to those photographs. So yeah, I don't know if you love rally cars, you know, you might want to look up this brand, CMs. Unfortunately, well, every now and then, like Tarmac Works, they put out a rally car. I don't know if any, you know, 64 has a rally truck, the Pajero, but I really wish other brands of today's recent new releases would get into more rally cars, because they're really cool. I really like what they do. I find the rally racing to be far more exciting to watch than F1 or really any other kind of motorsports, because these guys are crazy. They're just driving next to trees and people and well, not people anymore, but they're just driving crazy roads, really thin paths and stuff like that. So it's really exciting to watch. Granted, I don't watch enough of it. I'm doing too many of these reviews. Alright. Well, anyways, I guess I'll catch you in the next review. Thanks for watching.